Hey guys, welcome back to the Fifth Quarter Podcast, episode number 25. I am your host Keys, and I'm here with Lighthouse. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom to get your weekly Wednesday sports fix each and every week, guys. All right, so we're gonna start off on and let's go with NFL. We have some news out of Atlanta and Tennessee. I think what was this? When did that trade happen? Last week or earlier this week? Julio Jones?
Yeah, earlier this week.
Man.
A few days ago.
That's a bombshell right there. That is a bombshell. Julio Jones gets traded to the Tennessee Titans. I mean, Tennessee going for it. They all in. I mean, that's what this type of move.
Yeah.
Move speaks, you know. What you think?
I think it's a big move. You add another dynamic wide receiver to their receiving core. They already had AJ Brown already. AJ Brown, a breaking star. You get Julio, who's going to clearly be their number one star. Ryan Tannehill probably been one of the most underrated quarterbacks the past couple years. Like, been putting up numbers, playing consistently, just under the radar. The Titans been quietly, making their moves in the playoffs. They've been having success, and I guess they feel like they need another weapon to, take them over the hump. Do I think adding Julio to Tennessee will make them a Super Bowl contender? I don't know because the wide receiver position is a very dependent position. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even Julio there might even open it up for AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying? A lot more. But I don't know if I would just, I don't know. You add Derrick Henry, so they got the running game. They can pound the ball with the running game. They got Ryan Tannehill, very quarter. The offense looking nice. You know what I'm saying?
It is
tight end right now because I know Jonnu Smith left. No. He was with. Yeah, he left. Right? Wasn't he with the Titans?
He left. I forgot who.
Yeah. So who's there? Who's their tight end there?
Who is their tight end?
But either way, though, man, they either way, their offense is looking pretty good. But I don't know if I'm completely sold. I don't know if Julio alone going to make them a Super Bowl contender. I'll probably put Tennessee, add in Julio. I might put them in like maybe the second to third tier potential. Maybe I put them top 12. This trade will probably put them top 12. Definitely a playoff team, but I don't know if I'll put them as a Super Bowl contender yet. Just overall power. If I was to say a power ranking, the Tennessee would definitely probably be in my top 12 right now. But that's good. That's a playoff team right there. But I just don't know if Julio just get them over the hump yet. I'm not completely. And then you got to remember, Julio been kind of nicked up a little bit. So it's like you don't know if you're going to get, like, full-blown, the same prime level Julio you're going to get when you go to Tennessee. So it's still up in the air. But either way, it works out. It works out for Tennessee either way, So,
I kind of feel you on that just because what can't be lost with the Tennessee Titans is that it's still got to be the show of the running back. They cannot let
it's all on Derrick Henry.
They cannot let Derrick Henry, like, kind of, just because you add Julio Jones does not mean you go away from Derrick Henry. That would be catastrophic if they were to try to change the offense just because Julio Jones is there. I think while I think he's an addition, at the same time, I just feel as though I don't know, man. I think they had a nice chemistry there, and like you said, Julio, he be hurt like shit. And that's not to take anything away from him, but that man don't. I mean that that division is not easy either. That division is hard, dog. So yeah. And I feel like
I feel you on that whole situation. Yeah. Go ahead, keep on.
No, I was gonna say they and I think that they're winning as far as the trade is concerned. They won the goddamn trade. I mean, they gave up what a second round pick,
second and I think
in
a future
fourth for Julio.
In a fourth, next year's fourth, this year's second for Julio. That's highway robbery right there.
That's like, where did they tell anybody else about this trade? Because
they got a relationship.
Couldn't have been the
they got
only
a relationship with somebody in the
That don't
They
make
got a
sense.
relationship. Somebody in that Atlanta organization got a relationship with somebody in that Tennessee organization. Because for a second and fourth, I thought they definitely could have got at least two, maybe a second this year and a second next year, or a second and a
Hell
third, but a
yeah.
second and a fourth and a fourth round pick next year, not this year. Like, nah, nigga, I don't know. I don't know how they pulled that shit
I
off. I
don't
don't know
know
how they
how
did
they
it.
did
But I
that shit.
mean,
They did.
I know what you're saying though. You're 100% right though. You're 100% right though. That at the end of the day, even though they added Julio Jones, who's arguably the best wide receiver in the league, that team is still all dependent on Derrick Henry. Like Derrick Henry is the pretty much the heart and soul of that team. They go as far as he go. Ryan Tannehill, he, like I said, he doesn't lose the games and he makes the plays that needs to be made. But fucking Derrick Henry, they rely on him. So, but
Yep.
but then again, let's say Derrick Henry gonna create a lot of attention towards himself. Remember Tennessee, they issues in the playoffs. Imagine when these teams stack up the box against Derrick Henry, and then you got Julio 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? But you need
And
Julio
AJ
there,
Brown.
though. That's the thing. We gotta and AJ Brown, but Julio gotta be there. That's the thing, though. Like, do I think Julio gonna play all 16 games this season? I doubt it, and I'm not wishing that on him. But the man he ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really been healthy like that in the past couple years. So, we will see though. We'll see how that works out for them though.
I also think that
But you got Atlanta winning that trade though, right?
I got the
Tennessee.
Titans
My
winning
fault.
that.
Tennessee. My fault. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
but
I meant to say.
think
My bad. Yeah.
from Atlanta's perspective, I did like how they did the tribute. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, Julio, he's arguably one of the. He's probably the best wide receiver in Falcons history. Who else was there? They had Andre. Didn't Andre Rison go there too? Andre Rison and Roddy White.
Yeah, he was there for a little bit. They didn't really. Roddy White might have been their best because they had that tight end Algie Crumpler, but he wasn't really all that. He was just like you know what? It's funny. It's funny though that now we having this conversation. Julio is easily the best Atlanta wide receiver because even during Michael Vick's prime in Atlanta, Algie Crumpler was like his number one tight end, and that nigga's nowhere near a Hall of Fame. Probably not. I don't even know if he made any Pro Bowls, and that was Michael Vick's number one receiver. So I just let you know, like Atlanta ain't really used to great receivers. So yeah, Roddy White after Julio Jones might be their best wide receiver. So that's a real good fucking point. Like if you really put things in perspective, they haven't had a lot of good receivers until like this time period right now. So yeah.
Exactly. And that's why
and they say a lot about Calvin Ridley too, though. They say they believe in Calvin Ridley like shit.
Yeah.
So they say a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he they just I saw today he just had like some type of foot surgery or something. So I hope, you know what I'm saying, I hope that he
real?
recovers quick. Yeah. I hope he recovers quickly from that. But I do like how they Atlanta sent him off with style in class. They gave him a tribute. But I also think just on the flip side from Atlanta's perspective, I mean, are they in the they're in the real rebuilding stage, right? I mean, you trade Julio Jones, and I just feel as though if you're gonna trade Julio, you should have traded Matt Ryan this offseason as well. If you're in the rebuilding stages, you ain't rebuilding with Matt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? You should have rebuilt.
That's real.
You should have just but they got
Kyle Pitts.
loaded up on picks. Then
maybe the reason they feel comfortable, they thinking they got Kyle Pitts, so maybe they thinking we got Kyle Pitts, we got Calvin Ridley, we can pick up a second and a fourth and not really fall off that much, especially with Julio being hurt. Because we all speaking off hype with Kyle Pitts. We don't know what he's gonna be, but the nigga should be a Pro Bowl caliber tight end. I think he's the highest drafted tight end in history. So it's a lot on that on his shoulders right now. But
I see what you're saying, but
especially trading away Julio. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I say especially trading away Julio put a lot of pressure on Kyle Pitts for real now. But that was it though. What was you about to say?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, if you're trading away Julio Jones and then you drafted Kyle Pitts, I mean, you might as well, you're rebuilding. You're in a rebuilding stage. You need draft picks.
Yeah.
You need draft picks. Yeah, and as quarterback starved as all of these goddamn teams this past offseason was, Washington football team included, You think that we wouldn't have dropped some draft picks to get Matt Ryan, my nigga,
Yeah,
over Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick.
Come on, man. Easily the Atlanta Falcons could be
Yeah, I mean that's a
sitting
good
on
point.
like two or three first, at least
They
two
could
first
be.
round draft picks and like 3 or 4 seconds. Easy. You know what I'm saying?
You're
So I
100%
don't
right
know.
though. It just
I don't know
yeah,
what they
they could have
thinking
got
over
they
there.
could have got rid of Matt Ryan this year. That's right though, because they might keep Matt Ryan when they had the opportunity to get rid of him, and now they just might have another lost season. They might have another lost season. So that I mean that's a great point. But let me see. Let's stay in the city of Atlanta right now. Switch it up. Same city, different sport. Atlanta Hawks, right? They in the playoffs, won in the first round. I don't think a lot of people expecting them to get this far. Or I mean, they knocked the Knicks out. I mean, I don't think people thought too much of the Knicks, but Trae Young is in the playoffs. Luka Doncic is still in the playoffs. A lot of people compare those two guys because they was in the same draft. Who would you take right now? Would you take Trae Young or Luka Doncic right now if you had to choose between those two guys to start your franchise? Who would you take?
Oh, this is not easy, bro. This is not easy at
Mm-hmm.
all. I think if I were to go with my gut instinct, I would probably go with Trae Young, and here's why. I feel as though
Mm-hmm.
last year Luka he was able to benefit from going to a team. They went to the playoffs. Um, you know what I'm saying. He was what rookie. He won rookie of the year, right? Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
He was all first team, all NBA first team. I think he had, and then Trae Young. Atlanta, they sucked last year. Nobody gets accolades on a
Mm-hmm.
team that sucks. That's just the way it is across all
Yeah.
sports. But I feel as though Trae Young is kind of getting it per se out the mud right now. Like they went from
Yeah.
being ass last year and him literally grinding with this team, bringing them to the point where they was a 5th seed in the playoffs this year and still in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs, and gave it to the
Yeah. It's
fucking
still in the
uh
playoffs.
gave it to the motherfucker
To the Knicks
76ers.
and beat Philly first game in game
Right.
one. Whoop their
Gave it
ass.
to the
Yeah.
76ers.
Well, I mean,
So
they
I'm
came back at the end, but they dominated that game. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know. I guess I'm more of a proponent of the struggle, and coming out of it on top. Where Luka kind of just went into a situation that was already, it was like kind of seamless for him. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Kind of like how I don't know, Chase Young is
I know what
came
you're
to the
saying. I know
Redskins
what you're
and
saying.
he already got 4 fucking Pro Bowlers on the line. You know what I'm saying? It's like a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? But Trae Young,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's showing he's just proving people wrong week in and week out to me.
I think I agree with that. I think that's the separation between Trae and Luka. I think Luka kind of got the thing where people want to see him be great, where people underestimate Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah,
Right.
Luka's better than LeBron. Oh, not gonna say better, but people are like, oh, Luka's up there with the James Harden and LeBron James. And people be like, Trae Young, oh yeah, he be dropping 30 a game and 15 assists. But I mean, like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the difference between Trae and Luka. Like it takes less for Luka to be impressive, and it takes more for Trae to be impressive. But all right, but at the same time, who would I choose between them? I think defensively, I think they both liabilities. I don't think Trae's a good 3-point shoot. I mean, I don't think Trae's a good defensive player. I don't think Luka's a man for real. As much as Luka gets so much love, young, they probably like very even to me, man. And it's because
You think
I feel
so?
like Luka gets assists, Trae gets assists. Yeah, I think Luka gets assists, Trae gets assists. You know what I'm saying? I think Luka drops buckets, Trae drops buckets. I think Trae is a way better shooter overall. I think that Luka is just very crafty. I think that's how he gets his buckets. He's like a less athletic James Harden, but higher basketball IQ at the same time. If that makes sense.
Right.
Like Trae,
Yeah.
like Luka is the same player, but does more with less. You know what I'm saying? But they're like the same nigga.
Exactly.
Like Luka and James Harden is pretty much the same guy. Like Luka's a slower James Harden, but does more with less. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And Luka still grabs boards. He still grabs boards. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, young. It's hard. I'll put them like very evenly, man. It is because I think there's a little bit of Luka that's a little overrated. He's not a good free throw shooter, and he's not a good 3-point shooter. He hits threes, but if you pay attention, he breaks a lot of threes. He's like a 30-something% 3-point shooter. But I think people be so in awe of a white dude who be dropping 30 a game that they ignore like the deficiencies in his game. You know what I'm saying? Where like Trae, they be like, "Oh, that nigga's so small." You see what I'm trying to say? So I feel like that's kind of what goes on. But if I had to choose, man, this shit is not. They even just fucked me. I'm gonna go with Trae, man. I'm gonna go with Trae. Yeah. And the reason why I'm gonna go with Trae because I think Trae is more electrifying, young. Like when Trae is in his zone, that nigga looks like unstoppable. Yeah. Even though Luka's like a consistent scorer through the game, and Luka starts early, but Trae takes over shit. Like when Trae gets hot, that nigga's like you see. Yeah, you see a killer on the court when Trae gets out. You see what I'm saying? You see a killer on the court. So
like a coach.
I know, and honestly, this conversation we having, is very unpopular. I know niggas looking at us like, what? Like Trae over Luka? Like I promise you, but push come to shove, I had to really think about this shit, young. Like, I might take Trae over Luka, man. I think we kind of. I'm not saying I think Luka's nice, but I think we overrate him just a tad. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Let's say 5 years from now. Well, no, not even 5 years. Let's say at the end of their careers, who you think will have a better career, Luka or Trae? When it's all said and done, those two.
All right. Now you put it like that. Now, overall, at the end of their career, I think Luka gonna put up better numbers. I think he's gonna have the rebounds. He's gonna have the assists. He's gonna have the points, and I think he probably gonna play for better teams throughout his career. Because I think there's a certain aspect of him that the NBA wants to see succeed, even though he's a foreigner, and I don't think the NBA really be supporting foreigners like that. But he's still white, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
I feel like they want to see a white superstar, so I feel like the NBA is going to push Luka a lot more and going to push him in better positions than Trae. I feel like Trae going to have to fight harder to get to his position. Yeah, I feel like Trae going to have to fight harder for that same amount of success that Luka gonna get. I feel like Luka's like a golden boy that's like they just waiting to he's like he's a budding superstar, like they just waiting for his moment, and he just went out in the first round. But wait till Luka gets to his first finals. This is a wrap. When he gets to his first finals, that nigga's probably gonna be the face of the league, or at least one of them.
Yeah, I also think that it depends. I think Trae. I think Trae Young's personality. I mean, it depends on who want to team up with this nigga too. You know what I'm saying? Because who's to say that two more superstars be like, yo, we need him, and we can go, and they go on win multiple championships just for the, you know what I'm saying? Because that's popular right now. You know what I'm saying? Bama's teaming up, like, all right, let's go to LA, or let's go to, you know what I'm saying? It all depends on where.
Are you saying that about Trae?
About Trae, yeah.
But you saying that about Trae right now? Okay, so gathering based off what I'm thinking you saying basically Trae seems more of a piece to a championship squad, where Luka's the type of nigga you're gonna build a team around. Is that what you're saying? Like you'll be able to build a team around Luka, but Trae is a guy where you got to put him with a bunch of other guys. You know what I'm saying? So basically, Luka's more of an alpha dog, basically. Luka's more of an alpha dog, basically, what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. I feel like Trae Young.
But you're right. That's correct. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I actually agree. Yeah. So then, why would you? So if we saying Luka's more of an alpha dog, why would you take Trae over him then? You see what I'm saying?
Just because I'm thinking hindsight. I'm thinking like, what have you done for me lately? Now, that last game, that first one, him getting past the Knicks. And that motherfucker coming out of that first goddamn game against 76ers, I was like, damn. This motherfucker looks possessed right now. I was like, damn.
He does though. He be zone. Yeah, he be all the way in.
Oh man, Doc was looking at him. Doc was over there looking at him like, yo, you gotta chill, dog. You gotta chill.
But I feel like everybody was looking at him like that. I feel like Trae Young, one of them niggas, he'd be like, how's this little skinny nigga just a killer? Like I feel like people don't understand where it comes from. They be like, how this little motherfucker just a killer?
Yeah, he gave you AI vibes. He was giving you AI vibes.
Yeah,
like
for real.
Damn, like yo, he taking over. Like for real. Well, also speaking of first round exits, what you think about LeBron losing in the first round? You think that's going to tarnish his legacy? If it, does that affect his legacy after that first round exit, or is it just business as usual for LeBron? He'll be back next year.
Yeah, man. I think it's business as usual with LeBron, and I don't think it should tarnish his legacy. I feel like it's kind of fucked up now. It's like every fucking loss is a stain on a nigga's legacy. A nigga could be a 3-year pro. It'd be like, oh, is his legacy stained because he hasn't won the Super Bowl in his first 3 years? It's like, what the fuck? Like, but I feel like
Right.
that's the shit we be on. It's like, if you pay attention, the Clippers lost game 1. Now it's like, oh, is Kawhi's legacy tarnished and shit? Like, oh, is Kawhi done? Is the Paul George finished? Are there? It's like everything is
Right.
like a knee jerk reaction, game by game. So I don't think this affects LeBron's legacy. I think LeBron is cemented forever. But I do think that, like you said, I think next year he's gonna come back. He's gonna get his opportunity. I think the NBA is going to always put LeBron and the Lakers in position until that nigga clearly shows he can't do it. And I feel like maybe this upcoming season might be that, like either you're gonna put up a shut up type season for LeBron for the world.
I agree.
Like nigga, either like this next season, it's probably gonna literally be like the year where we're gonna decide like, all right, it's LeBron, the best player in the league, top 5, top 3, or is he past his prime? You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn, even if you be talking about this nigga, but even the fact that we even talking about LeBron being like 36 years old, like, is he past his prime yet? Like, you know what I'm saying? This nigga 36, he should have been past his prime. You know what I'm saying? Or 37, whatever he is. But yeah, man. So I mean, but yeah, that's why I take from it. I think that the Lakers going to be back next year, but I think next season is going to be that year where people are going to pretty much decide like, all right, is LeBron, or is he on the officially cemented on the decline? So that's why I think it's probably that might happen.
I couldn't agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. I think the exact same thing. I think that so my dad is a Lakers fan, and he even said it. He was like, "Oh man, I don't." You know what I'm saying? As soon as you lose, like you said, "Oh man," he said LeBron James washed up. I'm saying, how can you sit there and say that? Like, let's calm down. Let's calm down, guys. It was a first round exit on a team that clearly was injured. They, you know what I'm saying?
Most
of those guys,
they wasn't healthy at all.
They wasn't healthy at all. And they still made the goddamn, and they wasn't healthy for most of the season. Most of the season they were not healthy. Anthony Davis was out. LeBron was playing. Anthony Davis comes in. LeBron gets hurt, and you know what I'm saying. They never had any cohesive play. But at the same time, that's a good question. Is LeBron James on the decline? Like you said, all eyes are going to be on him next year. I think this is the beginning. All eyes next year. You're absolutely
right.
It
is like you reach that apex, and I feel like LeBron is on this. He's starting to go down now. I feel like he's finally reached that point where his you're going to start to see it. It's like his health. Yeah, and I don't want to wish this on him, but you know what I'm trying to say is like his.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What's it called? His morality is going to start kicking in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, Father Time never loses. You know what I'm saying?
Ever.
I think like that type of shit. I feel like that's what we're going to see next season. So yeah, so I that's the direction I think he's going in, man. I think that's yeah, but we'll see, man. Well, I don't think like I said, I don't think it's a stain on his overall legacy, but I definitely think this is something to watch as far as like where LeBron goes. I think it's make or break time for him. He might win more championships, or he might win one more, or none, or not another one. You know what I'm saying? That's what I.
Do you think that
But the Lakers gonna make some moves though this offseason.
That's what I was going to ask you. So, do you think the Lakers? Two things. Do you think the Lakers are going to make moves this offseason to bring in more help for LeBron, or do you? Of course. Or do you see LeBron winning the championship with some other team?
I mean, I could see LeBron going. So I don't know, man. Do you think? I put it like this: can you see LeBron being on another team winning the championship and he not the face of the team? LeBron, King James, the chosen one. Can you see the chosen one being on the team and he ain't the star, he ain't the face?
I can't.
I don't know if I can see LeBron doing that. I don't know that he don't know nothing else.
It wouldn't even look right.
It would look weird, right? It would because it's funny because even when Jordan came back for the Wizards, like that nigga was like still the star of the team. You know,
exactly.
Even when he was like 40 years old, he was still the starter. But I don't see LeBron going to another team and being like the third option. Like I don't know. I don't see that. I just can't see that in this from what I've seen from LeBron through the years. I can't see that. But other than that, I do think the Lakers want to make some moves this offseason. And I think because remember, Space Jam coming out. So, and LeBron is still like, the face of the league. So they got to give one big last push with this nigga before they move on to Zion.
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty much.
Right. And that's they waiting for that too. Oh my God. That's just gonna be
huge. They waiting. That's why they being real quiet on Zion right now. They just gonna let this nigga ride, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Finish out LeBron and then they're gonna move on. That's what's
exactly. I don't know how I feel about LeBron retiring a Laker though. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. I have not heard anybody ask that question. What team is LeBron going to retire with? That's a good poll question. That's actually a good. What team you think LeBron going to retire with? You think he's going to retire a Laker? I think that's a really good question. I never heard nobody say that before. So that's something to watch. All
right, before we move on, what team?
He might go back to Cleveland. I can see him going to Cleveland though and retire. I can see him going to Cleveland.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say I can see him going back to Cleveland. And that actually would not be a bad idea. But depends on what they got going on over there too. Well, switching back to the NFL. What's one athlete you're pulling for that's not on your team this season? It's an athlete. Who you pulling for? That can be somebody that just got drafted, or what? Who you got?
Man, for real, I'm pulling for Jameis Winston right now, man. I think if you look at Jameis' overall numbers, he gets such a bad rap, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the nigga had a 30 interception season, you know what I'm saying? So has Phillip Rivers, Hall of Famer, Eli Manning, Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? Jameis Winston throw for 30 picks. Niggas ready to just kick him out the league. That nigga's trash. Throw him away. He's not capable. He can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So now he's going to be the starter with the Saints. Like I said, the same year he threw those 30 interceptions, he led the league in passing yards. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the nigga can move the ball down the field. Ryan Fitzpatrick out here still getting checks. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because I feel like if the Redskins signed Jameis Winston, the Redskins fans would be like, I don't know about this nigga, but we happy about Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's weird, right? Because it's crazy how we moved the goalposts. But yeah. So I'm rooting for Jameis Winston, man. I want to see the nigga do well, man. I think he's a very talented guy. He definitely trigger happy, definitely makes a lot of bad decisions, but I think he's still, one of the more talented guys in the league. So I want to see him come through. He sat down for 2 years, man. I think the way his agent, whoever's behind him, they played that shit perfectly. Get that bad taste out of the public's mouth. Just sit back, be a good boy for a couple years, and then get your next opportunity to shine. So that's why I want to see pull through next season. So yeah.
Yeah, that's that, man. You stole my thunder. That's exactly who I had. Jameis Winston. Just for the simple fact that I had Jameis Winston. Yo, it's crazy. And here's why. Because the reason why is because this dude, well, first of all, what better shoes to try to step in and fill them Drew Brees in New Orleans with the talent that's already surrounded by down there. You know what I'm saying? And this whole Taysom Hill.
So he was sitting there 2 years.
Right. This Taysom Hill experiment. Oh, well, Taysom Hill. No, nigga. No. Taysom Hill does not. Taysom Hill is doing exactly what Taysom Hill needs to do, which is the gadget fill in. Exactly. He's not a quarterback, bro. And the fact that they trying to make it seem like, oh, there should be an open competition is ludicrous to me. That nigga, Jameis Winston, should get the job. I'm not saying to give him the job, but at the same time, let's not make it seem like Jameis Winston don't know what he's doing. Like, come on, yo. Taysom Hill? Yeah. Really? What are we talking
about? I mean, even with Taysom Hill just making it a battle, I think, I guess it's just gonna make Taysom Hill better. You know what I'm saying? Even just to put him in the battle, make him think he has an opportunity. Because even remember, Sean Payton was even saying in situations where Jameis, when we go into games where where we know who the quarterback is going to be going into the game is going to be Jameis. But no, what did he say? No, he said if the game plan was to throw the ball. So like, let's say Drew Brees got hurt, Jameis will come through and finish the game plan. But then they would make Taysom the starter to throw off the next team. If they, you know what I'm saying, they would start the game with Taysom to throw off the separate offenses. And other words, he's saying if our intentions is to throw the ball, we're gonna put Jameis in there. It's like that. That's literally what he was saying. So I mean, yeah, simple as that. So I'll let you know. I don't think it's gonna be much of a competition, but we will see, man. But that's what I'm pulling for. Another guy who I'm kind of pulling for next season, even though it's a little blasphemous for me to say because I'm in the NFC East, is Saquon, man. Like the nigga been all he really did is play one goddamn season. Like the nigga ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
One
yeah,
season. And then he been hurt.
yeah.
And the dude
And
was
he
such a
was
phenomenal
ridiculous
talent.
that
And you know
season
what I'm
too.
saying? Phenomenal talent, but the dude can't stay healthy worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Yeah,
sad, just as an overall fan of the sport, as an overall fan of the sport, you could just tell that he one of those rare talents, and the nigga can't even stay on the field. So you know what I'm saying? As long as he don't bring that shit to us, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I can still watch it just
yeah.
as a
I
fan
can
of the
dig it. I
sport.
can dig
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
My
As long as they don't bring
my
that shit to us, you know what I'm saying?
another person I'm pulling for. And I know this. I mean this guy. I feel as though they have. I feel as though Baltimore has the capability, for whatever reason, to screw Lamar Jackson over. I just feel it. I'm pulling for Lamar Jackson for one reason and one reason only. I feel as though they're waiting. Like if Lamar Jackson does not win, let's say win the Super Bowl this year, I feel as though like the fans and the organization is already kind of waiting like, oh well, we can't win with him, or you know what I'm saying, or he's a run only quarterback, and we need to get an actual quarterback. This motherfucker is changing the game, and I'm pulling for him 100% because I just feel as though I feel as though Baltimore they need to surround that dude first of all with an offensive line and get this motherfucker some help at receiver, yo, because they did not do that last year at all. This nigga need receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell
And
me Julio couldn't have gone
yeah,
to
he needs some more
Baltimore?
weapons.
Julio couldn't
That
have,
would have
you
been
mean to tell
crazy
me
if they got
Baltimore
Julio over there.
couldn't have gave a second round? And come on, dog. Like you said, somebody behind closed doors, they did that shit under the rug.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, I
did
ain't mad
that
at that.
shit
I'm
under
pulling
the
for Lamar. I mean, I think Lamar going. I think Baltimore's whole recipe for success is a winning recipe. They, obviously they haven't won a Super Bowl yet, but I still think they're going to be one of the elite teams in the AFC next season. Still,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think the thing with Lamar is like as long as that nigga don't get hurt, which he miraculously has not gotten hurt, which is fucking weird for the nigga that played his way. I don't know how he does it, but the nigga just doesn't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
mean, but outside, as long as I don't know, man. I think they're gonna be straight as long as I mean I believe in Lamar Jackson. I think the nigga's nice. I think the
Yeah, me
teams
too.
and I feel like the team rallies around. Yeah, I think the team rallies around them and shit. Like I do agree they need to get more offense around them though. I mean more weapons around them for sure. And I know Mark Ingram was gone, and didn't they pick up another running back to go
Yeah,
along with J.K. Dobbins and shit? Damn, who did
yeah.
they get? God damn, they
He
picked
gonna
up
be
another
nice
running
too.
back.
J.K. Dobbins gonna be
But
vicious.
yeah, he gonna be nice too. And you ain't really we ain't really see what he really can do last season. You know what I'm saying? Because he was sharing the ball. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think the Ravens are gonna be a good team next season though. I really do.
I
But
I
like you're
hope
right though. Like, who knows who gonna be their number one receiver?
I'm also pulling for Joe Burrow to bounce back because that motherfucker
Mm-hmm.
was having a hell of a rookie season, yo. Like
He was balling out.
he has the potential to be like a very like a very good quarterback for years, yo. And it's not like he had a whole lot to work with in Cincinnati either. Who Cincinnati had?
Nah, you
Who
100
did
percent
they
right. And then
have?
and then they just got Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow, man, they're gonna light the league up as long as they set them up for success, man. That
Yep.
chemistry has been there before they wasn't even in the league. And fucking Joe Burrow won the Heisman with that nigga as his number one receiver, and Jamar Chase won the
Yep.
Bolitnikoff. How you got a Heisman winner and a Bolitnikoff winner, and they go to the league together, nigga? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
Like, come on. I
crazy.
don't know how. I don't know if that's ever happened before. I don't even know if that's ever happened. But
That's
yeah, that's something to
crazy.
look forward to, man. Hey, the Bengals might be fun to watch, man. They might actually have an
Yep.
all right, and they got T Higgins, they got Taj
Hmm.
Boyd or whatever that wide receiver is they got. So they got a decent little squad over there. They got what's his name, Joe Mixon. They got some weapons on that
Hmm.
offense, man. They got some weapons over
Yeah.
there. So we'll see. We'll see how that work out.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, what about what do you think about tennis star Naomi taking mental days off? What do you think about that? Don't it seem like they
All
hating?
right,
I mean,
so
niggas can't take mental days. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with that?
I don't know, man. I don't even think the whole take. I mean, I don't even see it from that perspective, man. Damn. To see the Naomi Osaka perspective, I think that she's being bred into being like this socially conscious, agent of change and shit like that. So I feel like this is just part of her rollout of, setting up the masses to look at her as like this wise intellect who thinks beyond. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is her like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, she cares about, mental health, and then the next thing you know, it's going to be social justice issues. Then it's going to be, LGBTQ. I feel like she is one of those. Like she is a. Honestly, I feel like she's a plant. If I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
completely honest, I
Yeah.
like her. I like her. I like her as a tennis player. You know what I'm saying? Like as a tennis player, I like her whole look. I like the Nike shit. I like the whole image. You know what I'm saying? I like how she carry herself. But outside of that, that don't mean that she can't be a fucking Nike plant. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. Like I know it ain't about the mental days off shit, but when I saw that, I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, she next in line to be, a Nike representative of social change. That's what she's about to be, a Nike representative of social change. That's what I saw. So that's my answer. This is the rollout. This part of that Naomi Osaka rollout. She gonna be around doing this social conscious shit for a long time. Like that's her job. So that's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
I
I
mean,
got.
more the same for me. I mean, when I saw it, I was just like, damn. I mean, when did we get to the point where we even remotely can criticize or even think about, oh, well, why would someone take a mental day if they feel as though they need a goddamn mental day? I mean, I do it every goddamn month, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, if
Mm-hmm.
a niggas feel as though they
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to take a mental break, you know what I'm saying? That's what let that motherfucker do that shit. Like, who are you to say to somebody? I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
It's just weird.
that's their own life. I mean, yeah, I mean, but from that perspective, yeah, at the end of the day, if the person want to do that, that's their own life, that's their own issue. If I want to watch Naomi Osaka at the French Open, and she, but all right. So what if an NBA player has to take a mental day off, or let's say we've fucking Terry McLaurin has to take a mental day off? Is it seen the same way, or is he pussy now? Is Terry McLaurin pussy because he had to take a mental day off? See, now the rules change. You see my point? And fucking
Well
Kawhi Leonard
played.
was like, "Oh,
Well
I gotta
played.
take a mental day off." That
Well
nigga
played.
pussy.
Nigga,
That
you
nigga
better get out
pussy.
there
What
and
the
run them
fuck you mean? You
goddamn
got see what I'm
routes.
saying? Get your exactly. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? So, hey,
Oh
hey,
man. Hey. It is what it is. And guess what? This is the fifth
it is
quarter
what it is, man.
podcast, guys. Fifth quarter podcast, guys, episode 25. Hey, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button at the bottom. All right. We'll see y'all next week. All right.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Peace.
All right, peace, y'all. All right.